They're telling me your brother is in jail not because of us. It has nothing to do with us. I'm with you. I'm on your side. But the prosecutor is bringing these charges, and all we can do...
We notified her that they falsified the statement.
Exactly.
That's what Sean Shelton said. I have an audio recording where he called you and he told you on a phone call. I have that recording where he said, I contacted Commonwealth Amy Ashworth. I notified her that the police report is falsified, that Mustafa's statement is falsified by a Robert Drum. We are running our own investigation, but I notified the Commonwealth attorney. It's not us.
It's not us.
It's the Commonwealth attorney.
So, Chief Newsham,
Let's play that video.
let's go to the video.
Yeah.
Charged with murder while their vehicle is tampered like this. And then the officer lies.
Very functional with your brother being charged under the circumstances and the evidence that we have. Very functional.
I'm sure you are.
But
That's,
you don't
that's
have all
why you
that
have
evidence.
Like I said,
report.
you can disagree with me, and like I said, you can dislike me, but that doesn't mean
I don't dislike you, but I would like you to do the right thing. You're off. Okay, let me just hold on.
we have done the right
The
thing.
evidence was not preserved, sir. I'm just going to tell you before you leave.
I wish you and your family the very best
Before you
in this
leave-
endeavor, and I wish you
Before you
justice.
leave, I want to say 3 things to you. Okay, the dash cam was cut before impact. Okay, Robert Drum told Casey Stevens, the lawyer, he told him he had the audio in court. He says there was no audio. Number 2, the vehicle was crushed. You guys have an obligation to preserve evidence, especially somebody that's charged with murder. You have an obligation to preserve the evidence. It hasn't been preserved.
And all this
Number
information
3,
can come out and
sir. Number 3, your officer flat out lied. He has it on his body cam recorded, and you refused to fix the issue. He lied on the report based on that conversation.
That is your opinion.
That's not my opinion. That's a fact. I got a letter from you. I have a letter from you.
It's your opinion. You're entitled to
I have a letter from you saying that you're investigating.
I'm entitled to it.
You're not entitled to yours as a personal person. You're a chief of police.
Please respect my opinion. I'm respecting yours.
Can you send us a letter saying you've concluded your investigation?
Have a good night.
So that we know where you stand on this? Mr. Newsham, can you at least send us a letter? Sir, can you at least send us a letter saying you've concluded your investigation? Or are you still going to stall us?
I'm not stalling anybody.
Sir, you're stalling us. You sent us 2 letters saying that you're still investigating when you just told us your opinion.
If the case has been closed, you will get it closed.
So you're going to wait all the way till the end of the case to close out your case against Drum. Okay, sir. Have a good night.
Mohammed, the real question is Chief of Police Peter Newsham still stand behind what he said 2.5 years ago? Knowing that everything is released out to the community, the evidence show that Mustafa's statement is falsified, the vehicle is crushed and staged by the police, the dash camera is cut and muted by Officer Chad Mason, the children are weaponized, abused against Mustafa.
Drum never
No.
put in the file that he was able to identify Google Nest videos in Mustafa's phone. Mustafa's communication with Dorothy, non-existent. I mean, you have 4 cell phones. Drum had the password to Mustafa's phone. By the way, when I say he had the password, you can open up a phone and you can go into any app you'd like. Any app you'd like. You don't need a system that is gonna download all this information and it comes in a big file. You don't know what you're looking at. No. You can clearly click on his messages.
They had the password.
You can openly click on his mail. You can openly click on his photos. You can click on Google Nest. You can click on Rexing. You can click on whatever the fuck you want to click on. And you have
They
access,
had access
to it.
in Mustafa's cell
And
phone.
Robert Drum excluded the most crucial evidence in this case. That is the Google Nest. They excluded it on purpose, intentionally. They tampered with his phone. They tampered with the apartment. You have a camera right there. You're not asking questions. I mean, if I'm an investigator and the prosecutor is alleging a double homicide, the prosecutor is alleging abuse of children in the house, in the apartment. As an investigator, if I walk into an apartment and I see a Google Nest, I see a light bulb camera, the first thing I'm doing is getting warrants for those. The first thing I'm doing is taking those to digital forensics, and I'm going to say, I want every fucking video on that device. When I get somebody's phone, I'm going to say, I want every piece of communication that he's had with that girl that my prosecutor is alleging abuse. My prosecutor is alleging a double homicide. I want every piece of communication. I want every text message, every photo, every Google Nest video, every email. I want everything. And you want to tell us, Sean Shelton, you want to tell us Robert Drum is just some dumbass? He's just a plain boy. He's a plain country boy. He's not that bright. He went to Nova, a community college. That's your excuse? You put a dumb investigator?
Which one? Which officer? Which officer?
Sean Shelton.
Sean Shelton.
Remember, he says Robert Drum.
Yeah.
Robert Drum. He's like
he
he's not that bright.
downplayed Robert Drum. Well, what if I tell you when you open Mustafa's
He says he's not that bright.
Okay, let me tell you what's in the file. Internal Affairs called you. Sean Shelton called you and told you that I reached out to the Commonwealth Attorney Amy Ashworth, told her the police report is falsified, told her that Mustafa's statement is falsified. We're running our own investigation. Now, what if I told you the audio that you supplied him with of the conversation, because you recorded the conversation. They've already had it. They've already had it.
They've already had it.
Two, what they've done, what Internal Affairs have done, took the audio, gave it back to the same investigator, Robert Drum, only to have him write another supplemental report.
That is falsified.
Where in the supplemental report, he says, I could not hear the audio. How convenient, sir. Internal Affairs is covering up for you by giving you the audio only for you to say, I can't hear the audio. Wait a minute. Sean Shelton heard the audio, and he told you that, yes, the police report is falsified. Your brother's statement is falsified. We told Commonwealth Amy Ashworth it's falsified. Why am I looking at a supplemental report by Robert Drum where he said, yeah, I can't hear the audio? I mean, they're covering up for this police officer. And the reason they're doing that is because Sarah Sammy stands in court and she says, Your Honor, she so repeats that the same falsified statement. Mustafa told Robert Drum that he was arguing inside the vehicle because the report was never corrected.
It was never corrected.
Robert Drum says, I can't hear the audio. How convenient. You have Internal Affairs, an agency within an agency that's covering up for the police officer that lied.
Captain
No wonder
Doodley.
Captain Doodley, Captain fucking Jackass runs away when I tell him, are you the police department, sir?
He doesn't
I'd
want
like
to
to
do an
speak to
interview.
you. I'd like to have a conversation with you. Are you not our police department? Are you not Internal Affairs? He runs away. He fucking runs away because he knows what the next conversation is going to be, that I'm going to provide him with the body cam and the transcript of what his police department have done in this case. You have an officer that cut and muted the dash camera, sir. I have him admitted to it. I have an officer that falsified Mustafa's statement. I have an officer that chopped up the vehicle and staged it.
Why is it so hard to get accountability?
I have an officer that weaponized and abused these children and then walked into a forensic interview only to weaponize these children against Mustafa. That's child abuse. Do me a favor. Go over to Exhibit. I want to play this portion of the forensic interview where 14-year-old Javen says, Detective told me that Mustafa ran away, left my 5-year-old baby sister to bleed to death.
What a coward.
To bleed to death. If they could have saved her if Mustafa hadn't run away. What a coward. That's what detectives are telling this child before they walked him to the forensic interview. Mustafa was in a coma. Mustafa was helicoptered to the hospital.
Sarah Sammy.
But you've got police officer lying to children. That's child abuse. These children needed Mustafa.
So
and
ask
in
the
their most
question.
vulnerable state, they needed Mustafa. They just lost their mother and their little baby sister in a vehicle accident. They needed Mustafa. But you took that away from those children, only to weaponize them against Mustafa. Does Chief of Police Peter Newsham still stand behind that he is more than comfortable to charge Mustafa with murder based on the evidence that they have? Well, the evidence that they have is they weaponized the children against Mustafa. And now Sarah Sammy wants to stand in court and tell Judge Weimer, Your Honor, I have no idea what took place between... No one talked to the children, she said, before the forensic interview. Well, now I have the child himself telling you in a forensic interview that detective lied to him. Detective weaponized him, told him that...
They
abused him. Let's listen to the forensic interview.
When he got into the car crash, the detective said he jumped out and ran, left my baby sitting there. And if he just thought to bring her to the hospital, maybe she would have made it, but she didn't because he decided to be a coward. And now she's gone. And now all I have is my two brothers. She was the sweetest. She would never even hurt a fly. She was innocent too. 25. And my mom's gone. Now she.
Did you hear what he said? Detective said. I'm gonna go back.
When he got into the car crash, the detective said he jumped out and ran.
The detective said he jumped out and ran away.
Just thought to bring her to the hospital. Maybe she would have made it, but she didn't because he decided to be a coward. And now
You know what's really
They're
sad?
telling this child.
You know what's really sad in this in this whole scenario here is that Mustafa was in shock when we took him from the hospital. He was in complete shock. I mean, he must have asked me multiple times, "Where's Dorothy?" After the nurse, the officer, they've told him what happened. They told him, your family didn't make it. And when the nurse brought him over to us, when she released him, he continuously asked us, "Where is Dorothy?" He was in shock. And his only concern at the time was the children. I can't go home with you guys. I can't go home knowing that the other kids are alone in the apartment